In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Saturday, March 22nd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our March 22nd NBA slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 9.66 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right, and if you guys want to get ready for March Madness, if you want the futures for March Madness, then you click on that link provided down below. Get connected with the community as well. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and SIGNUP Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In Gainbridge Fieldhouse here, we have the Indiana Pacers 40-29 going against the Brooklyn Nets 23-47. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, Pacers at home -400 with the comeback of the Nets at a +310, point spread at a 9.5, total points at 220.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 87% of the bets and 68% of the money coming in on the Pacers. For the point spread, we have public and sharps all over the Nets here, 58% of the bets and money on the side of the Nets to cover this 9.5. And for the total points, no information as of right now. For the injury report, starting off with these Pacers here as soon as it loads up. All right, starting off with the Pacers, we have Tyrese Halliburton, game time decision. Isaiah Jackson is going to be out for the year. Brooklyn Nets, D'Angelo Russell's out, and Zaire Williams, game time decision. Cam Thomas is out for the season. So this team is literally depleted. That no Cam Thomas. Cam Johnson should be there. D'Angelo Russell's out. Zaire Williams is game time decision. So they're missing some key components here for the Brooklyn Nets. They already played 3 times already, and they just played a couple days ago. So this is that home and home situation here between these two teams. So starting off with that first game, the Nets beat the Indiana Pacers 99-90. That went under. The Nets lost to the Pacers, and then the Nets lost to the Pacers again. So back-to-back losses here, and every game went under the total of 220. All right, now this is the third and final matchup here, and now we have a depleted Brooklyn Nets team offensively. All right, so I'm going to be leaning on the side of the Indiana Pacers in this spot with Tyrese Halliburton probably coming back. That's going to give a boost up to this offense in the Pacers as well. And I'm going to lean slightly to the over 220 in this fourth and final matchup, just because I think it's mainly going to be brought up with the Indiana Pacers offense dominating this Brooklyn Nets defense here. And we're really just asking for the Nets to give us 99 or 100 points. All right, I'm seeing a big number here. I love the Indiana Pacers team total over in this game, so definitely write that one down. I'm writing it down right now. Pacers team total over on this. You can do the full game over as well, over 220, but I lean more to that Pacers, and then give me the Pacers to cover the 9.5. All right, -9.5 Pacers. All right, so those are going to be our selections for this matchup. In State Farm Arena here, we have the Atlanta Hawks 33-36 going against the Golden State Warriors 41-29. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have a very low number here. Golden State Warriors -135 on the money line with the comeback of the Hawks at a +110. Point spread at a 2.5. Total points at 228.5. Full game public bet percentage, 79% of the bets, 88% of the money, all over the Golden State Warriors. 71% of the bets, 72% of the money on the point spread, all over Golden State to cover. And then for the total here, 89% of the bets, 92% of the money towards that over 228.5. All right, looking at the injury report here, the reason why it's so close is because of Stephen Curry. He came up injured in that previous game, landing on his back. So, well, as of right now, we don't know how long he's going to be out. They're saying estimated time by the 25th, so a couple games here. He's going to miss this one against the Atlanta Hawks, and Gary Payton the second is going to be a game time decision. All right, Atlanta Hawks, some guys are trending in the positive direction. Trae Young, game time decision. Karis LeVert, that'll be big if they can get him back. Clint Capella's out. Keaton Wallace is game time decision. And Larry Nance Jr. is out. All right, so for this Atlanta Hawks team, time in and time out, this team has made big, huge wins out of nowhere. All right, they've beaten the Boston Celtics twice. They've beaten Cleveland twice. They've beaten the Thunder. They've beaten a lot of the top tier teams here in the NBA, despite the fact they have a pretty much under 500 record. This is like a giant killer, all right, in the Atlanta Hawks. All right, so when they come ready, especially at home, they have an opportunity, and this is an opportunity here. This line tells you already, all right. You usually, even with the injury, the Warriors would have probably been around a 6 to 5 point favorite. 2.5 is a little bit too lenient here, and it's leaning to the upset for me. All right, Atlanta Hawks here, as you can see, playing decent basketball, winning 3 out of their last 5 games. They beat Philly, Charlotte, and Charlotte. They've been playing bums, but that's okay. They handled Charlotte by blowing them out by 30, blown out Charlotte again by double digits, and beat the Philly by 9. Warriors have been on fire, but this loss here to Steph Curry is going to be a little bit of a question mark. Plus, in that previous game, they allowed the Toronto Raptors to stay in that game. That was a big question mark as well. All right, so for this one, I'm all over the Hawks in this one. All the public and sharps are on the side of the Golden State Warriors. Give me the points with the home team, with the Atlanta Hawks, plus 2.5. For the total, I still think that this total will go over 228.5. The Hawks are a high-octane offense, and even without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, this is definitely a formidable offense, and I like the total to go over either way, over 228.5. In Madison Square Garden here, we have the New York Knicks 43-26 going up against the Washington Wizards 15-54. Looking at the current odds for this game, we have the Knicks as big home favorites at minus 1,200 with the comeback of the Wizards at a plus 725. Point spread all the way at 15.5. Total points at 221.5. Full game public bet percentage, 90% of the bets towards the Knicks, but 57% of the money towards the Washington Wizards here. So sharps are all over here. The Wizards in this spot on the road for the point spread, 66% of the bets, 69% of the money on Washington to cover the 15.5. So this is a very public and sharp underdog in this spot, and you know we gotta watch out for these locations and these opportunities here. You kind of tend to fade those. All right, for the total, 82% of the bets, 87% of the money towards the over 221.5. Looking at the injury report here, tons of injuries on the side of that Washington Wizards side. Starting off with Sadiq Bey out, Marcus Smart out, Malcolm Brogdon out, Corey Kispert out for the year, and Bilal Coulibaly out. So that's a lot of guys missing here for this Washington Wizards team. New York Knicks, Miles McBride is a game time decision. Jalen Brunson still out, and Ariel Hakporti, the rookie center, is out as well. All right. So for these two teams, they've already faced 3 times this year. The first opportunity was the Knicks to win, cover, and it went over to 33.5. The second game was the Knicks win, but the Wizards covered, and it went over to 25.5. And then the third matchup, it was a full sweep. Knicks win, cover, and it went over to 29.5. So that's 3 overs in a row. And then they brought this number down back to 221. That's a big question mark on the side of the Washington Wizards if they're going to be able to put up points. All right, last 3 games, 105, 112, 97. All right, I have no issue here on the side of the Knicks to scoring points. I think that they're going to have a field day against this Washington Wizards defense. They put up 134, 136, and 126 in 3 straight games against this team here. Yes, that was with Jalen Brunson, but still they can do that at home in the Garden here. And the Washington Wizards are one of the worst defenses in the league. All right, so for this total, I'm going to slightly lean towards the over. I think the Knicks are going to be able to put up their points, no issue. We're waiting and debating on the Wizards and their points. So the way you play this, Knicks, team total over. All right, I'm going to write that down again. Knicks, team total over. And they're baiting you with this 15.5. We're fading the public and the sharps here. I'm taking the Knicks to cover this 15.5. All right, so Knicks minus 15.5. Or if you want to do it a little bit differently, Knicks team total over. And obviously the Knicks are going to win this game. If you want to go to full game over as well, you can lean that way as well. In Golden One Center here, we have the Sacramento Kings 35-34 going against the Milwaukee Bucks 39-30. Looking at the current odds for this one here, Bucks as road favorites here, minus 118 with the comeback of the Kings at a minus 102. Point spread at a 1.5. Total points at 229.5. For the public bet percentage, 73% of the bets all over Milwaukee. That's for the public. For the sharps here, 73% of the money here on the side of the Kings. And I like where the sharps are if they're going with the money line. For the point spread, we have bet 76% of the bets, 75% of the money on the side of Milwaukee. All right, so that's a little bit of a half and half there. Very weird to see just because it's only 1 point, 1.5 points. Usually there's a discrepancy between the money line and the point spread a little bit the opposite way. But it's neither here nor there. You think they would take the points, but he's coming in here public heavy on Milwaukee in this game on the road. All right. For the total points, 85% of the bets, 90% of the money towards the over 229.5. Looking at the injury report here, there's some major concerns here for the Bucks. Gary Trent Jr. is going to be game time decision. Damian Lillard is out of this game. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a game time decision. Jericho Sims is out and Bobby Portis is out. For the Kings, only Domantas Sabonis is out. Now with this Milwaukee Bucks team here, we've seen in the last couple games a lot of inconsistency. The only reason why they beat the LA Lakers is literally they sat everyone and played Bronny James and Dalton Connect in a whole bunch of scrubs. All right, for the Lakers. That's why they got that win. They take this right here with a grain of salt. They got exposed by Golden State and they got blown out by OKC. Then they bounced back. They just lost to the Pacers and they won against them, and then they beat the Lakers without LeBron James about 8 days ago. All right, so they've been taking advantage of some teams here. For the Kings, up and down, they've struggled. As you can see, lost to Chicago, lost to Phoenix, and lost to Golden State. But they did have a solid win against Cleveland. So that was the first game of back-to-back, and then the second game they lost to Chicago. So we understand why they played up for Cleveland, and then they got caught sleeping against Chicago. But no matter the fact is, Milwaukee should never be road favorites here to a team that is basically on the same level as them. All right. The Milwaukee Bucks are not that much better than the Kings, especially without Damian Lillard. All right. So this number here, very, very sketchy. I'm going to be on the home dog here. Give me the Kings plus 1.5. Might as well take a money line. Give me the Kings on the money line. No matter what it is, we're taking the over 229.5. It's going to be a high scoring environment. When they first played, that was 245 points. That's very similar in this spot here. Both of these teams do not play any defense as well. Last but not least here in Crypto.com arena, we have the LA Lakers 43-26 going against the Chicago Bulls 30-40. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, Lakers home favorites minus 475 with the comeback of the Bulls at a plus 360. Point spread at 10.5. Total points at 233.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 90% of the bets, 63% of the money here on the side of the Lakers. For the point spread, it is split down the middle, but really on the side of Chicago, 56% of the bets and money towards Chicago to cover this 10.5. And for the total points, 77% of the bets, 76% of the money on the over 233.5. All right, looking at the injury report here, starting off with the Bulls, we have Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, both game time decisions. Lonzo Ball's out and Ayo Dosunmu is out for the year. For the LA Lakers, they're going to be healthy here. Gabe Vincent is going to be back. He's a game time decision. Dorian Finney-Smith, game time decision. Rui Hachimura, game time decision. Jared Vanderbilt, game time decision. Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are going to be back in the game. I already looked it up for you guys. Luka and Reeves probable for Saturday. Okay, so a fully loaded here team in the LA Lakers. That's going to bode well for them to get back in their winning ways. After losing to Milwaukee Bucks here, they want to keep positive momentum here going for this LA Lakers team while they're healthy and while LeBron is out. All right, Chicago Bulls, solid win over Sacramento. But as you can see, the line is all the way at 10.5. I'm going to be going with the LA Lakers to keep things rolling in this spot. And I think defensively, they're going to stymie the Chicago Bulls in this one. So give me the Lakers on the cover of 10.5. Obviously, I'm going to post a 9.5. I don't want to lose by a point. All right. So give me the Lakers minus 9.5. And for the total, give me the under 233.5. I think the Lakers can stymie this Bulls offense. All right. So those are going to be our selections for Saturday. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We can definitely debate about that down below in that comment section. If you guys want to sign up for the Patreon, get you guys ready for the March Madness futures as well. Everything is going good right now with the futures in March Madness. So if you want to know who's going to be in the title game, click that link provided down below. Get connected. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. Peace out.